And he was always saying, we have to look at our industry through the eyes of a child. How do we keep the children happy? How do we make memories of a lifetime for them? How do we do that in a safe way? How do we have our employees, how do we take care of our employees and treat our employees with respect?
In 1942, Franklin Delano Roosevelt was President of the United States, and the daily headlines trumpeted World War II battles. On September 27th of 1942, George and Evelyn Butler became parents to Earl Patrick Butler. The Butlers lived in Austin, Minnesota, and operated a grocery store. By the age of 8, Earl was put in charge of the candy section, and his nickname became Butch.
Can you imagine what a great job that was for a kid? When the candy delivery truck would come, the driver would park in front of the store, open up his panel doors, and I would select what candy that we wanted to sell to our customers. And just to be sure that it was good enough, I had to try things more than once.
Butch attended Austin High School and played varsity basketball, including a historic 1960 state championship game against Tiny Edgerton. The game was televised throughout the Midwest on WTCN Channel 11, and the OABA's own Al DeRusha was the director. A teammate recalls years of practice at the Old Shaw Gym, and the memory of Butch's unique smile, which always meant he had a new idea he wanted to share. Basketball taught Butch the meaning of teamwork and a winning competitive attitude.
I learned from basketball the competitive edge that I needed to be successful in business. I also learned about teamwork. Teamwork and honesty on all levels, from your employees to your business partners to your suppliers, is very important to the success of your business.
Butch's father George built and booked basketball joints, and by practicing at the small hoops, Butch and his buddies became excellent shooters. They would have pickup games with hotshots in every town. And who figured a bunch of carnies would be so good? His teammates can still see Butch's big grin as he left the gym after yet another victory. Butch attended Austin Community College and majored in business administration. He married his high school sweetheart, Mary Lou, and the Butlers began booking with Midwest carnivals like Doc Merriam and Art B. Thomas. Butch would laugh when recalling the mistake of setting up his Pronto Pup stand on Pauline Morton's Popper location in Fort William, Ontario. The mark POP was not PUP, it turned out.
When my girls graduate from high school, I give each of them a food stand so that they could pay for their college. Because of that, they learned hard work and teamwork. They also learned the most important three things, and that's location, location, location.
In 1969, the Butler family moved to San Jose, California. Butler Amusements was formed the following year. With the charisma and compassion of President and CEO Butch Butler, the family-owned and operated traveling carnival company became a force in the western United States.
He brought great rides, but he brought a great family-type orientated operation. I think probably Butch Butler might have been a reincarnated Wild Bill, because he was a showman, to say the least, and he loved people.
Growing today to include 140 rides used at more than 120 fairs and events each year. Butch's great ambition and uncanny ability to create a tight-knit culture and family atmosphere has created a legacy that will carry on for generations. People call Butch Butler creative, innovative, determined, and a visionary. 30-year Butler employee Rich Byram says,
Butch was always a person who was never reluctant to take that next step and reach out to improve his own company or do what was necessary to help improve the fairs and events that constituted his client base.
He built Butler Amusements into one of the largest and most successful carnival enterprises in North America. He was always thankful to his family, employees, and the fairs and events that he served for all being a major contributor to his success.
Well, I remember the time at the Alameda County Fair. Butch was going down a stairway and coming out of his office, and his ankle twisted a little bit, and he fell and he broke his hip. They did the surgery, and as soon as he could, when he was being transported home from the hospital, he made sure that the transport ambulance came onto the fairgrounds. He was on the gurney, and they actually rolled him up and down the aisles of the midway so he could talk to all the employees, so that he could ask them how they were doing, so that they could see that he was doing very, very well.
Butch was named to the Western Fairs Association Hall of Fame in 2005. He was a strong voice in improving carnival ride safety and game legislation in California. He served in many leadership capacities, including President of the Show Folks of America, Showmen's League of America, Pacific Coast Showmen's, Service Member Director of the Western Fairs Association, and member of the Board of Directors for Preferred Amusement Risk and Chairman of its Loss Prevention Committee. Butch was honored by his Austin High School with the Distinguished Alumni Award. At the ceremony, he encouraged students to give back as much as possible. More comes back to you than you can ever give, he said.
I've known Butch for about 20 plus years. He wasn't so much looking to give a hand out, but looking to give a hand up, to help other businesses get started, to help a person who's having a hard time, giving back to his community, giving back to the fair industry as a whole. Whenever there was a need, Butch Butler was there to step up and help out.
His old high school friends say that Butch had a zest for life like no other, a gentle giant with an amazing smile and an incredible sense of humor. What he accomplished in his life could only be a fantasy for most.
He was a credit to the industry, and I'm proud to have called him a friend.
Congratulations, Butch, on being inducted into the OABA Hall of Fame.
For all my friends at OABA, compliments to you on selecting someone with such integrity as Butch Butler.
I have worked with governors, members of Congress, mayors, and other top leaders in the community across the United States. Every day I feel a privilege that I can entertain families and create fond and lasting memories. It doesn't get any better than this.
Butch passed away on December 21st, 2011. Today, the OABA honors Earl Butch Butler by inducting him into the Outdoor Amusement Business Association Hall of Fame.